Rob Silva once again. Thank you so much for stopping by, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I appreciate that a lot of you already subscribed, and yeah, so you can keep posted of the videos that I'm creating on new media. Again, thanks so much. So please subscribe and support the channel. This is the third video that I'm creating on 3D printing. I already created 2 other videos. Please watch those videos if you're new in 3D printing. It will be very useful for you to start and get things moving. They're very short and very basic videos, okay? All right, so let's just start with this. In the last video, I'm very excited for this. And please take a chance to stay all the way until the end. Okay. All right, so here's my 3D printer. On the first video, I covered on how to create 3D model in a 3D software. I went over Cinema 4D. I created a model there in Cinema 4D, a very basic model. Then I exported that file into another software, which is the software that would prepare the file for the 3D printer, and I explained how you can reorganize the file in order to save time and also save the materials that you're going to be using in your 3D printer. Okay, and now I have the file ready, and I will add the file on a 3D printer so we can print. But let me just go over a little bit of 3D printer and also my type of 3D printing, a little bit about my printer. It's very basic about it, but it will be helpful for you, okay? So on my second video, I talked about the Prusa printer, okay? And my printer is the Ender. As you can see here, is Ender 3 S1 Pro. So this printer here is very similar to the Prusa printer, okay, to one of the Prusa printers. It's a couple of $100 cheaper than it, and I decided to use this printer. I have one of these printers in my job, so I decided to get this one. It's a really good printer. I will show to you a few of the models that I created, just for you to see a little bit of the quality. So this is a little character that I created and that I printed. So it's nicely and very detailed, very smooth. I didn't sand this 3D model that I created. So it's really good quality. I have another one here too. Really nice, very nice character, very good quality. Okay, so yeah, I designed this in 3D on Cinema 4D. So so it's a really good printer. Okay, few things. Let me just go over the printer here. Okay, and discuss some of the elements. So the 3D printer is not connected to a USB, but it has an SD card on it. So I can copy that file from my computer and add it to the printer. Okay, I have here the extruder where it has a tip here where the filaments, this is the plastic, that's a filament, and I'm gonna go over a little bit, goes through the extruder. The extruder has a tip that's very hot that melts this hard plastic here. This plastic here is called PLA. That's a type of filament. Here I have the filaments on the top. Okay, so the filaments go through here, pass and go through the extruder, and it melts and create the design the model. Okay, here I have the plate. Okay, the plate here on this printer on the Ender. This plate, I can't get this plate hot, okay, and I'll explain a little bit more about this. So so that's kind of pretty much. So the printer obviously it has an X, Y, and Z axis. So this the extruder move to the sides as well. This entire section of the printer moves back and forth, okay? And also this moves to the sides and up, okay? So that's kind of how pretty much the printer operates. The plate also comes off. It's removable. I can clean the plate. I can change the plate if it gets damaged, and that's how the pretty much. The Ender has a very nice touchscreen panel here with a lot of specifications and things that I can be working. And it's there that I can find my file and send to the printer. Okay. All right. So a little bit more about that. So few things that you need to know how these operate. Okay. I will not do here. I will just print the model that I created, but I will not do here. But things very, very important that you need to know when you're gonna print. And if you are planning to buy a 3D printer, what you need to learn how to do, it's how to level the plate, okay, with the extruder, because that's going to be very, very, very important. Okay, there's a distance, it's like 0.01 millimeter or even up from the extruder to the plate. This is going to affect your printer. If it's too far out, too far up from the plate, the filaments don't, it's sort of dry even before touching the plate, so it doesn't stick. If it's too close to the plate, also the extruder touch the dry filaments and just derail the entire printer. So you need to learn a little bit how to level these very nice. So every printer is very different, so it's based on a manual on how to do it. So on my printer here on the Sander, I have those level things that I can level the height of the plates, and I can also adjust on the settings of the printer. Okay, so I mean every printer is different, but it is very important for you to understand. Okay, you need to know how to level this according to the height of the extruder. It cannot be too much up or too down. Okay, your printer will give you instructions on how to level and the distance, the importance of the distance. So in a manual is going to show everything for you. Okay, so take notice of that. So after you level, that you're pretty much sets to go. Okay, you already created a 3D model. You already prepared the G-code file in the 3D printing software. You already know exactly what it is, and you already copy the model in your flash drive, or is directly already your printer is connected to the USB, and you're ready just to go there and to start printing. On my printer here, so there are a few things that it's very, very beneficial. A lot of people do. Some people they don't do, but for various reasons. But it's recommended. This printer here, I told you guys that the plate, I can change the temperature of the plate, and these will be based on the type of filaments that you are using. So I'm using this PLA here. On a package of the PLA material, it tells me what is the temperature to best melt this plastic here. Okay, so I needed to set that on my 3D printer and the settings. Also, that helps me to know what's the temperature of the plates that I want. So what I do is before printing my object, I warm up the plate, because when you start printing, the plate is hot, so the print the print objects get stuck and held best on a plate. Some people also put in masking tape on a plate, with masking tape, it works really good. The 3D object, when you start printing, gets stuck very nicely. It does not move. And also other people even put some sort of glue on top of the plates. I don't like to put glue because it ruins a little bit, the plates. So just to avoid to damage, causing less damage possible. So with masking tape would be great to add on a plate. Okay. So you always can change masking tape, but the glue is kind of ruined again. So that's kind of pretty much when you have the surface of the plate nicely and ready, when you have the temperature of the extruder ready. I'm talking a little bit more about this printer. And the temperature of the plate, the temperature of the extruder, I'm ready to go. Okay, I just can click print and it will just do the job. So I'm gonna just double check one more time here in the printer to make sure that things are fine, and keep your eye on a video. I'm gonna start printing. Okay. It's hitting right now. The plate's getting warm. It's warming up. It's getting hotter. The nozzle is getting hotter too. Everything is set. As you can see here, so here's the nozzle. Okay, it's set for 225. It's just gonna go all the way up there. So everything is just warming up very nicely. It's getting set. You can hear the sound of the printer. Okay, and the nozzle finding the specificity of the space on a plate. You can see also that it's a little bit of the filament is just getting melting down because the nozzle is getting hotter. So I'm gonna just speed up the video a little bit so you can pass this phase and you can start printing. Okay, so everything's set. Very happy the way they come out. The plate is still warm a little bit, but let's see what actually look like. All right, so here is the 3D model printed very nicely. Here on the bottom of it has the supporting materials that needs to be detached, and I covered that the importance of them attaching to the model, your 3D model. So I mean, there's so much that you can do with this, but it prints out very nicely. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pop this. As you can see, it very nicely, the supporting comes off, right there. So I mean, the printer is a very nice printer, and they do a really good job in creating the supports. That's kind of easy to detach. As you can see here, this is not part of the 3D model that I designed, so I needed to take this off. So you can see this is the supporting system because this form here was floating. So idea what you want here, there's a little bit of residues here, and then you need to sand it, and that's how you pretty much finish your model, print your model. You just sand it whatever needs to sand, and that's it. So very nice, very successful. You can see here the 3D model printed. So I really hope you can enjoy those 3 videos. Take advantage of this. If you got a 3D printer, you're scared on how to even start, just diving in. There's nothing to lose. Thanks again for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Support this educational tool that you now have. All right. So all the very best, and I see you next time.